If you're looking for a tool that will allow you to annotate websites and documents for students and share those, I'm going to talk briefly about a tool called Diigo. Let me talk first about what Diigo is, and then I'll show you how to use the annotation feature. Diigo is a social bookmarking site. That means Diigo is a site that you can use to save your favorite sites, to organize all of your bookmarks, and then to share those with others if you'd like. One of the great reasons to use Diigo is that if you save your favorites or your bookmarks to your specific browser or your specific device, then you can only get to your favorite websites on that one computer. But if you use a social bookmarking site like Diigo, you can access your favorite websites and your bookmarks from any device, from your phone, from a tablet, from any computer, just by logging in to Diigo.com. So you'll first go to Diigo.com, you'll set up a free account, and after you do that, you can create lists. Diigo calls the lists outliners. So outliners are ways to organize your favorite sites into categories or groups. You can also share those groups with folks if you'd like, or you can just keep them private and use them for yourself. Another really great way to organize your resources in Diigo is to add tags. So each time you add a resource to your Diigo account, you can add tags, and the tags are to help you categorize those websites and be able to find them later. So you might not remember which list you added a website to, but you probably will remember a keyword that's associated with that website. So for example, I added an article about project-based learning to my Diigo account, and when I did that, I added several tags. I added PBL, I added project-based, problem-based, I added project. So if I wanted to find this resource later, or find anything in my Diigo account related to project-based learning, I can just type in project, I can type in project-based, I can type in PBL, and it's going to find all the resources that I've tagged or that include that word in the title or description. So using tags in Diigo is a great way to organize and be able to find your resources later. So that's just the social bookmarking side of Diigo. I want to talk now about how you can annotate websites using Diigo. So Diigo has several tools that you can check out if you go to diigo.com/tools. The specific tool I want to share with you today is the Diigo extension. The Diigo extension allows you to annotate any website and share those annotations with others. So you can highlight, you can add sticky notes, and I want to show you how that works now. So you'll go to diigo.com/tools. You'll click on the Diigo extension, and it will install the Diigo extension for whatever web browser you use. I use Chrome, so the Diigo extension was added to Chrome for me, and it looks like this. It's this little D, blue D extension, and the extension allows me to add resources to my Diigo account with just one click, and it also allows me to annotate those resources. Now this is a website that I've already added to my Diigo account, which is why on my Diigo extension it shows a red bookmark. It shows me that I've already bookmarked this site. But if I hadn't already bookmarked this site, if I'm on a website and I think, wow, I'd really like to add that to my Diigo account, I can just click on the blue Diigo extension, and this says edit, but it would say save. Let me remove the bookmark and show you what that looks like. So if I'm on a website and I want to add it to Diigo, I click the blue D and I click Save. Now I can choose which of my outliners or lists I want to add the resource to. I can give it a description that will help me remember what it is later. I can add tags like I mentioned before, and Diigo will even recommend certain tags based on what the article is about. And then I will click Save, and that would add this resource to my Diigo account. I can go back and find it later just by looking in the list that I added it to, or by doing a keyword search for the description or for the tags that I used. Now this is another great site. This is Tween Tribune. It's from the Smithsonian, and it has current event articles by grade span. And you can also view articles by Lexile level. So it'll show you the Lexile level of each article that you find. You can, on Tween Tribune, you can create classes and add students to your class. You don't have to use email addresses for students. You just create a username and password for them. and then you can add all your students to your class in Tween Tribune, and then you can assign stories to your class. You can assign stories to individual students or to small groups or to the whole class. When you assign a story, it assigns a specific article to your students, so when they log in, they'll see that they have an assignment, and the assignment will be to read the article and to take a quiz. And the quizzes are already on here, so it's really easy to assign articles to your class, and then for your students to log in and take those, read the articles and take the quizzes. But if you would like to use the Diigo annotating tools, let me show you how those work. So I'm on this website, and let's say I want to annotate this article for students. So right now I'm using a screencasting tool. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic, which you can get to at screencast-o-matic.com. I'm recording a screencast of what I'm doing, and I'm going to use this Diigo annotating tool to mark up this article. So I'm on the article I want to annotate. I click on the Diigo extension and I choose Annotate. And what happens is it brings up this little Diigo toolbar for me. This Diigo toolbar allows me to mark up this article. So I have a highlighter that I can use. I can change the color of my highlighter if I'd like. I have sticky notes that I can use. I can bookmark it this way. And I can also click this to see all the annotations on this page so far. So let me show you how these tools work. So let's say I want to highlight, I clicked on the highlighter. Let's say I want to highlight the main idea. So I'm going to highlight this statement here, and then maybe I want to add a sticky note that says the main idea is NASA track some 500,000 pieces of space junk. And I want to save that sticky note, and then I can move it somewhere on the page, wherever I'd like. So I can move it next to that paragraph. And then I can continue reading, and it's going to show me my sticky notes right here. They're going to pop up there. And I can highlight something else if I'd like. I can change the color if I want to use color coding for different types of highlight, for different purposes for highlighting. And if I want to add another sticky note, I can do that. Maybe I found a key detail. And then I can click here to see all of my annotations. So if I click on this, it shows me a list of all the annotations I've added, anything I've highlighted, and any sticky notes I've done. So that's using the Diigo extension, which is free, to annotate a website and then share it with others. So if I annotate this article and then I save it to my Diigo, and I'm just going to add a quick heading about that, a quick description. So this is an annotated article about space junk. I can also add some of these tags if I'd like to help me find it later. And when I save this, now it's saved it to my Diigo account, but it's not just saved the article, it has actually saved my annotations as well. So it saved the article, but when I go back to the article next time, these annotations are going to be here. So the sticky notes I've added and all the highlighting I've added will be on this website when I visit it again from my Diigo list.